comes, don't postpone it. When others doubt and out, you don't condone it.
Welcome back to Chatting with Liv. I'm your host, Olivia Rosario. This is where we sit down and talk and chat about a wide variety of topics. Let's get started because it is our time to shine.
Intuition upon the stars in the night that glisten. To you they listen, to be you instead of wishing. When your time comes, don't postpone it. When others doubt and out you.
Good morning. It is October 30th, and today we're talking about eating disorders. Now, this is a topic that I feel like is not talked about enough, especially with athletes. And I say this because I am an athlete and I have dealt with an eating disorder and still at times do deal with remnants of the eating disorder I once dealt with. But as time has gone on, I've seen more high-level athletes become more vocal about things that they dealt with, even at a young age. And I feel like just this topic is not discussed amongst athletes and amongst sports because it is so normal, I guess. And it sounds bad, but for example, I grew up in martial arts where you had to be in a certain weight class. And you had certain weights that you had to weigh in at. And with wrestling, it was a lot more strict. And even if we were above that weight class, we would be encouraged such unhealthy weight loss habits. We were encouraged to not drink water, not to eat, but to work out 3 to 4 times a day. Work out as much as you need to lose weight is what many of my coaches would tell me. Do what you have to do. And that's where I think it's a problem, is that it is often encouraged or promoted, and then whenever it happens, whenever we would make the way through these unhealthy eating habits and weight loss habits, we were praised. Like, you did such a good job for that. But nothing that we were doing was good or healthy. We were only negatively affecting our physical and mental health. I think a lot of the problems I dealt with mental health while I was wrestling stemmed from the fact that I dealt with this eating disorder. And for a while, I could not recognize it. It wasn't that I didn't accept it. It was that I didn't even know I had this. And I think that's what a lot of people deal with too, is that you don't realize that you have it until after the fact, or when it's too late, because it's already such a habit. Your body is used to it, and your brain is used to, like, oh, well, I have to do this now. So I don't know. And I think I'm a little more narrow-minded because I've only ever been a wrestler, so I don't necessarily know how other sports may have dealt with it. I've only ever kind of heard how other athletes I'm friends with have dealt with eating disorders in their sports. I've had friends that are dancers that would say that dieting is their excessive dieting and being encouraged to weigh less and be thin like other dancers is an eating disorder. I've heard gymnasts say that they were encouraged to weigh as little as possible while still being as strong as possible, and which not only encouraged them to have to lose weight fast, but they were encouraged to, maintain those low weights by having to step on the scale in front of everyone, and they were humiliated if they weighed even an ounce heavier than they did the day before. And I think that's just so unhealthy, because it is natural for your body to fluctuate between 2 to 3 pounds within days. And especially as girls, we have periods, and your body retains so much water. When you're on your period, you gain weight. And so to be humiliated just because you're going through a natural cycle is so bad. But not only Is it that? It's that the eating disorder is often causing us to not have a period at all, which is not healthy whatsoever. And it's not because, we're starving ourselves or we're binge eating or whatever. It's because when you get to a certain weight and you have almost no fat, your body can't do its natural cycle. And I think that a lot of it all stems from the basic idea that this is an eating disorder. It's from an eating disorder. An elite runner, Mary Cain, discussed how the Nike Oregon project was encouraging unhealthy levels of weight loss, which led to injuries and serious mental health problems, which then later derailed her career. She's just one of many D1 athletes that have become more vocal about the issue, and I think that is so. I think that more people need to come proactive in talking about it, because it's something that needs to be fixed. It's so bad that, and it's hard to continue those practices, but a lot of it is from old ways, and coaches that are older often use their ways, and they were never told the right way, so they don't tell us the right way. Claire Misko, the CEO of National Eating Disorders Association, estimated that about 30 million Americans struggle with an eating disorder at some point in their life. And to go further, she said that about 20 million women deal with eating disorders, and about 10 million are men. Which, honestly, that statistic is not super surprising to me. Out of all the people I've ever talked to, it seems as I've never met as many guys as I have with girls. When you talk to athletes, it always seems like more girls deal with an eating disorder than men, and I don't know why, and I can't really figure out why. I don't know if it's because society standards of girls are so different than guys, but then guys also have society standards, so it's not that guys aren't being told to look a certain way, because they are too. But I wonder, so if you have any idea or hypothesis on why the statistic is why so many more women have it than men, please let me know, because I want to know. I'm genuinely curious. Thank you for tuning in once again to Chatting with Liv, featuring Livia Rosario. Make sure to tune in again to hear more. And now it's our time to shine.
Own path with your own vision.